Hello, long time no see. It has been a while. It wasn't supposed to be this long between videos, but the one that I was working on recently, I just decided I hated it halfway through editing, and so I stopped. I've decided that I want to bring you along with me on the final step of my giant granny square blanket. I am on the very last row, and it's gonna take me a while. Ugh. This thing is large. I am putting this pretty little scallop edge around the whole thing, and it is just the perfect finishing touch. I'm so excited for how this has turned out. So this video is going to be pretty short and sweet. While I finish the last round of my blanket, I'm just going to introduce myself to you. I don't even think I told you my name yet, which, hi, I'm Darian. Nice to meet you. I don't have any Instagram followers to ask them to ask me questions, so I'm just gonna make up my own questions to ask myself. So I started knitting when I was somewhere between 15 and 17. My friend actually taught me how using her mom's supplies, so she let me have a pair of her knitting needles and a ball of her yarn, which was really nice. I took to it pretty easily, but I didn't super enjoy it at the time, so it took me forever to finish just a scarf. It probably took me close to 6 months to finish that first scarf. I never took to knitting in any sort of advanced way. I mostly just knit hats, flat hats that I sewed up the back to make them round. I never really learned how to knit in the round. I've never used double pointed needles. I would love to learn how to cable. In fact, that's a project that I think I'm gonna do a video on, but the one time I tried to do that, it was really hard for me. I don't know. It's I love to knit, but my brain just can't quite wrap my head around it. And so it's a shame that I didn't pick up crochet until 2020, because I have taken to crochet so easily, so quickly. I love learning new stitches. Okay. Well, see, the thing about me is that I'm less excited about very intricate stitches, and I'm more excited about color theory, I suppose. But I am really enjoying learning how to make new things with crochet, whereas with knit, I did try to make sweaters and stuff, but they never really turned out. And the process of doing that for me always got really monotonous. Whereas with crochet, I feel like it never ever gets boring. That's my journey with crochet and knit. I don't know. I just really love it. It makes me feel happy. It makes me feel good. I really enjoy it. I love the process as much as I love the finished product. Knitting felt like it really complemented my life, but crochet feels like it has changed my life. I'm just gonna answer some super general basic questions, what are some of my favorite TV shows? And I'm so glad that you asked. I love TV shows. My top favorite is probably Outlander. I love everything about that show. It's so good. It's so witchy. It's so whimsical. It's so fun. It's so romantic. It's so beautiful. I've not caught up with it. I'm on, I believe, season 5. Me and my mom were watching it together on Stars, and then we lost our account. Couldn't afford it anymore. So we got up to season 5, and I don't even know if we watched the whole season. I think we only saw half of the season. So I do need to catch up with that show at some point. Hometown's really the show that if I just want some background noise, I'm turning on Hometown. What else? Oh, Schitt's Creek. Hilarious. That show is so good. I have tried to introduce it to so many people in my life, and they can't get past the first season. Here's my advice to you. Get through season 1 so that you can experience the rest of the show. Genuinely, this show is one of the few that gets better with every single season. And I believe there are 6 total or 7. I could look it up. I'm not going to. It is just phenomenal. 10 out of 10 show. Okay, so Outlander, Schitt's Creek. I'm not putting Hometown on my list, but it is like an honorable mention. At one point in time, I would have said Anne with an E. That show is so cute. Unfortunately, minor spoilers. What else? I know there's more. Obviously, Gilmore Girls. I've seen Gilmore Girls beginning to end countless times. That's another show that I will turn on just for background noise. Heartland. Love Heartland. That's another one that I got my mom hooked on, and she has actually watched more than me. I stopped, I think, in like season 12, and there's way more than that now, and my mom is all the way caught up. I saw her one time watching it and she was just crying and crying and crying, so I'm really scared to start watching again because I hate sad stuff. But I will at some point. Favorite movies? I can't crochet and talk at the same time, apparently. That's what I'm learning about myself. Favorite movies, A Knight's Tale is number 1. It is such a good movie. It's got everything a movie needs to be good. It's got humor, it's got romance, it's got drama. It is just so fun, and I will never get sick of it. I watch it so often. Plus Heath Ledger, hello. That whole cast is just flawless, amazing. They're so good. Labyrinth. You know that moment where somebody asks you about yourself and you're suddenly just like, I'm not a human, I don't know anything. That's how I feel. You'd think I would have written down a list. I wrote down a list of questions, but not of answers. So, A Knight's Tale, Labyrinth, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right? Hold on, let me fact check that. Oh. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, not Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is one of my favorite movies of all time. It is so good. It is one of the perfect movies of all time. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that is my opinion. I am so sorry. If you love it, that's fine. I'm not gonna argue, but so top 3 movies: A Knight's Tale, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Labyrinth. Are those top 3 of all time? I don't know. But they're sort of those movies that are always like top ranked, you know what I mean? And other things will sort of shift around them. But those are a solid 3 to describe my movie taste, I think. I recently rewatched Guardians of the Galaxy, and out of all the Marvel movies, well, I'm watching all the Marvel movies, but that was the first one that I gave a 10 out of 10 ranking to. Unfortunately, number 2 got a way worse ranking, so that sucks. I'm sure that there's more that I just can't think of right now. Oh, I need to add one to my favorite shows, Violet Evergarden. It is this absolutely lovely anime about a girl who is raised to be a machine, essentially a war machine, and it's about her journey to learn how to experience being a human. And it is one of the loveliest, most beautiful things I have ever seen in my entire life. Also, if we're talking about anime, Fate Zero, so good. The whole Fate series is so good, but Fate Zero is, it's so good. It's really hard for me to talk about shows and movies because I hate spoilers so much, and I would hate to accidentally spoil something for somebody. But Fate Zero is so good. That one was really, it was tough to watch because they don't, it's just a wacky universe. And I watched it with my little brother who had already watched a whole bunch of those shows, and so I was able to pause it and ask, like, what is going on right now? And then he would explain it to me, and that was really the only way that I knew what was going on for half of that show. So someone watching it alone without any knowledge of what's going on might have a hard time getting into it. I would recommend just like looking stuff up if you do decide to watch that, but it is really, really good. The character development in that show is It's really good. That's the thing that I look for most in shows and movies, is like really solid characters above anything else. If a character doesn't feel real, that's what's gonna pull me out of something. And I love to watch people grow. So if a show or a movie has really solid character development, I'm probably gonna love it. Obviously, like Totoro, Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, that's a top one. I love all of those movies. Ponyo I rewatched recently in the theaters, and I had only seen it once before, and upon rewatching it this time, you know when you watch something and it feels like your life is changing? That's what happened when I watched Ponyo the second time. I walked out of the theater and I was like, well, I think I want to make kids movies now. That's what that made me want to do. Have I pursued that at all? No. Should I watch it again to maybe get some inspiration? Maybe. That's some of my favorite TV shows and movies. I'm sure I'll think of more. I'm sure I have more, but that's a solid grouping of me. So yeah, I'm gonna crochet a little more now. What else is there? What do people talk about? Music? I could talk about music. Taylor Swift is favorite. I like so many though. Cowboy Carter. Just listen to it constantly. Every single moment. My favorite songs right now on it are, that one's good. It's been stuck in my head all day today, but I don't think I would call it a favorite. When I first listened to the whole album, that was the first one that I was like, oh, this is my favorite on the whole album. Like all of those in a row. If you were ever gonna listen to an album from start to end, the way the songs flow into each other, my obsession right now. Love, Chapel, Throne. Let me look at my playlist. I'm also really bad at like memory recall, so I don't remember a lot of stuff. Oh, Noah Kahan, obviously. Like, I'm so stereotypical. Hosier, Kelsey Ballerini, Lainey Wilson recently. I just recently started listening to Florence and the Machine. Extremely long overdue. Dance Fever album sort of felt life-changing. That happens to me a lot. Oh, Orville Peck, Let Me Drown, live in a cathedral. Insane things I've ever seen in my life. It is so beautiful. The way his voice sounds right there, I can't get over it. Casey Musgraves? I've never known how to pronounce her name. I haven't been obsessed with her newer stuff. Golden Hour is genuinely one of my favorites of all time. I feel like I'm definitely forgetting. I do enjoy country music. People either love it or they hate it. It's extremely nostalgic for me. I go through phases of listening to it like every 2 years. If I turn on the radio to listen to country music 2 years after not listening to it, half of the music on there is still music that I knew from 2 years ago. And he's trying to teach me about all the different types of metal, but it's somewhere in there, I'm sure. Maybe. Sabrina Carpenter, really excited to see what she does with her career. Favorite song of all time is 7 by Taylor Swift. Yep, that's my music taste. I'm gonna crochet some more. So now I'm gonna do some rapid fire questions that aren't actually rapid fire because I'm incapable of giving one word answers. Favorite color? Periwinkle. The color right between blue and purple, where in certain light it looks like it might be blue and it also looks like it might be purple. Favorite number? 3 and 7, but I like odd numbers more than even numbers. Favorite fruit? Cantaloupe. I like almost all fruit. Favorite bagel? From Panera, Cinnamon Crunch or Asiago, but I used to work there, so. Favorite animal? Cat. But I like all animals. I love cats. I also like dogs. I like rodents too. Foxes, bears, but cats. I like birds too. Cats, number 1. Favorite Pokemon? Eevee or Vulpix. I like Eevee because she's got a lot of options. So like, you know, it's a metaphor, whatever. Vulpix was just my childhood favorite. Ninetales too. Favorite video game? That is a very hard question. Right now I'm addicted to Stardew Valley again since the 1.6 update. Minecraft. Banished. Skyrim. Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster, House Flipper, Hades. I'm just going through my Steam list right now, so it's gonna be in alphabetical order from here on out. Subnautica, obviously. That's like a top 3. Listen, if I had to pick a top 3, it would probably be Stardew Valley, Subnautica, and Minecraft. In any order. I can't rank them. I can't rank those 3. That's my rapid fire answer for favorite video game. I know, I'm really good at this. Let me think of some more questions. Favorite candy? Anything sour and gummy is gonna be a top favorite. Any orange flavored chocolate is also a top favorite. Reese's anything. Fast Break. The other one. Some of these are gonna get cut. I think cumulonimbus or just regular cumulus. Hello. I am in the same clothes as I was last night. My makeup is smudged because I didn't get it off very well. But I am about to finish this blanket and I'm just really excited. So, let's finish it together. The ending is gonna be a little weird because I'm supposed to skip 1, slip stitch, skip 1, do 5 DCs. I've got a weird amount left. Okay, now we're about to finish it. It's finished. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to just finally be able to use it. Ugh, it's so big and cozy. All right, well, I am gonna wash this because a lot of this yarn's really old and kind of has, you know, a little funk to it. So I'm gonna pop this in the washer and put it on my bed. And here is the finished blanket. It is so beautiful. I love how it looks in my room. I do not know how to flip this video, I'm sorry, but here it is. I think it looks lovely. Thank you so much for watching with me. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.